Okay, so this week we're just gonna be doing some mood reading. I started a book last night, actually, called When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I'm 26% in. I think I was having an okay time with it in the beginning, and then the kiss came in. It was seriously like a jump scare. It was so unexpected. Like, they were just staring at each other, and then suddenly smack. Oh, also, she's like Taylor Swift famous, who's having a midlife crisis, and then he's a very grumpy baker who got abandoned by his fiance or something. Yeah, I don't know how much I like him. I really like her, though. I feel like this is a typical rom-com beginning. She runs away to a small town, her car breaks down, then he comes and finds her because she broke down in front of his front lawn. The last Sarah Adams book I read, I think it was The Cheat Sheet. I thought it was okay, but that one was Friends to Lovers, so that's probably why I didn't like it too much. But I don't know, I was enjoying myself with this one, and then the romance just took this big leap. Like, I thought this was gonna be a slow burn because every single review I read of this book, wonderful slow burn, great slow burn, and I'm just like, oh great, just what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. I don't know, I feel like Sarah Adams' writing is really easy to read. It's just the way she writes her stories and like the way they progress that really bugs me. I don't know, this book is really short though, and it's not that bad, so I'll probably continue, but we'll see if I switch books later. Okay, so I'm now 51% chapter 19 into When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I think I'm liking it a bit more now. I'm trying to forget the kiss happened because they're kind of pretending the kiss didn't happen, so I'm just gonna do that. I think I like Noah now. I don't exactly love him, but I've gotten used to him. I don't know, I just thought him to be kind of rude because he tried to avoid her the entire time she was staying at his house, and now he's offered to be her tour guide and everything, so now it's fine. I really do like his sisters. I think the other books are going to be about his sisters, if I heard that right. Honestly, I'm probably gonna read them. I do like Sarah Adams books. They're not my favorite, but they're definitely a palate cleanser for me. They're really easy to read and they're really short, which is nice. I really do think they're cute though. I like their banter. I'm also definitely liking this one a lot more than the Cheat Sheet. I feel like I can also easily predict what the third act conflict's gonna be. Like, I can see it coming, you know? I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but if it's gonna happen the way I think it's gonna happen, it honestly makes sense, but I'm not gonna like it. Sarah Adams books are like cozy romances, so maybe it's not gonna be as much of a pain as I think it is gonna be, but I'm kind of dreading it. I really do like the small town trope though. I don't know how much I've said that before. I love the townspeople. They're so nosy. I think there's probably gonna be 4 books in this series because he has 3 other sisters. I really like Annie. I can't wait to read her book because she owns like a flower shop. Oh, there was this one thing in this book though. It's kind of a thing that bugs me when characters mention how much chemistry they have with another person. I don't know, just the mention of it makes me cringe because they're just like, oh yes, I have so much chemistry with this person. Like, they literally say the word chemistry and I'm just like, maybe don't, maybe show instead of tell me. I don't know, it's just something that gives me the ick so easily. In TV shows too, I can't stand it. I don't know, it's cute so far, but the last Sarah Adams book I read, like a Hallmark ending, and I didn't really like it that much because they got married and everything, and like, I don't know, I can do without the marriage at the end of books if I'm being honest. Okay, ignore the bed, I still haven't made it, I just washed the sheets. I officially finished When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I gave it like a 3 out of 5. I know I just finished this, but the ridiculous thing is I don't remember anything that happened. Like, it was insane. At some point I kind of realized, like, every time I read a chapter, I completely forgot what just happened. Like, if you told me to tell you 3 things that happened in this book, I don't think I'd be able to tell you. Okay, it was cute, I liked it at the time. It was like a fun little read, and that's pretty much it. Definitely won't think about it too much, and by the time the end of the year comes, I'll completely have forgotten what happened. I want to read Annie's book. The other 2 sisters I'm not too sure about. At least the epilogue wasn't really long, thank God, because the one in the Cheat Sheet I didn't enjoy that much. I did like this one a bit more. The kiss scene in the beginning didn't make too much sense to me, and then like when they spontaneously said like we should stay together and be together, be in a relationship, I'm just like, oh okay, this is happening weirdly fast. It was weirdly slow but weirdly fast. Anyways, I have to go to sleep because I have my last final tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. so wish me luck. Okay, so I borrowed this book from the library called, oh my god, I forget the name every single time. It's like Simon versus the Homo Sapiens agenda, I think, and I'm like 25% in. I mostly got this book because I heard there's secret identity email exchanging in it, and I've been looking for a book like that for so long now. Also, I watched the movie years ago and I completely forgot it existed until like a clip showed up on my Instagram, and I'm just like, wait, have I watched this before? And then I remember there was a book, so it's in the perspective of Simon, and he hasn't told any of his friends or family that he's gay, and he's been exchanging emails with this person named Blue, or like their fake name is Blue. I actually know who Blue is because obviously I watched the movie, but I just feel like it feels better that I know more than Simon does, because every single time the actual person of Blue shows up, I just get so excited, like that's him right there, and he has no clue. Anyways, no one knows that Simon is exchanging emails with Blue until this guy named Martin goes into the library, sees the emails, and like figures out that Simon is gay, and he's like, if you don't do what I say and help me get with this girl I like, then I'm gonna tell everyone. And so Simon does what he says because he wants to keep his secret and Blue's secret, because Blue also hasn't told anyone that he's gay. I think I'm I'm liking it so far. It's very relatable when it comes to like the friends, family, and sexuality quotes in here. I really like the emails in here though. I don't know, the conversations, they're just so cute. And the actual person behind Blue's emails is also equally adorable. It's just Simon doesn't know it yet. The Blue in the book is so much different than the one in the movie. I don't know, he just seemed a bit more talkative in the movie, but then in this book he's so much more quiet, which I really like. I think I read somewhere that the more quiet Blue is, the more attractive he finds a guy. And Simon says he's never heard this particular person talk unless they have to, like in class or something. They go to the same school, by the way. They're aware they go to the same school. They just don't know who each other is because they're using fake names. Oh my god, this is by Becky Albertalli, by the way. I read one of Becky Albertalli's books, I think maybe a year, 2 years ago, Imogen Obviously, and I really loved it. So I was really excited to find out that she wrote this book too. I think she's also coming out with a new book this year, which is exciting. This one's definitely an old one. I think this book might have come out in 2015. So I'm definitely like a million years late to reading this book, but whatever. Pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it. I think I just want Simon and Blue to start hanging out in person, even though they don't know they're hanging out in person, but I'll know once they're hanging out in person. Blue's so shy in person though. I think once he actually starts talking to Simon, that's the part I'm gonna be most excited about. Okay, so I'm now 41% into Simon versus the Homo Sapiens agenda. The emails are getting so good. I don't know, you can just tell that Simon and Blue really like each other, and also Simon emailed Blue that he wants to meet him in person finally, but I don't know how that's gonna go because I stopped like right there after he told him that, and we still have like 60% of the book to go, so I'm guessing it might not go well. I don't know, I can't really remember the movie that well. The subtle romance in here is so cute though. Like obviously the emails are great, I love them, but in person he doesn't realize that he finds Blue attractive because obviously they don't know who each other is, like they don't know what they look like, but he's thought like multiple times, oh my god, this person's adorable. Like I didn't realize how cute they were until I started looking at them and talking to them a bit more. The secret identity in here is like eating away at me, but at the same time it's so great because I don't know how long it's going to take for the identity to get revealed, because in the movie it happened right at the end, but I heard somewhere that the book ends different than the movie. I love the little hints they give each other in the emails though, and like them gradually telling more and more about each other. I don't know, before they didn't really want to know who each other was, so they kind of kept the hints to a minimum, but now you can tell they're slowly falling for each other and they want to know. Okay, I am now 64% into the Simon book. It's getting so good because Blue figured out who Simon is, but Simon still hasn't figured out who Blue is. But again, I also know who Blue is, and so they had like a little moment and I was freaking out about it. I don't know, it was just them smiling at each other, but it's also like Simon not knowing makes it even better for me. It's just Simon him calling cute Blue, except Blue is replaced with the actual person's name, but he doesn't know, and Blue won't tell him who he is yet because I think he might want Simon to figure it out for himself like he did for Simon. Blue has liked Simon for so long though, and I don't think he realizes it. Like even before the emails, I think Blue likes Simon, and I've just been highlighting like all the little moments that are like hints and stuff. I really wish I could tell you guys the name, but I feel like the whole point of this book is like for you to figure it out. But at the same time, again, I'm really happy I already know. That movie was so useful and I didn't even know it. Also, the book is way less dramatic than the movie, which I really like. It's very relaxing, but also at the same time kind of frustrating, I guess. There's a bunch of situations now that he can't control, but also, I don't know, it's just him trying to figure himself out. The actual person behind Blue is so sweet though. Like I love him. I wish we got his POV so badly. I think there's like extra emails at the end of the book because I was checking the chapters in the library app thing. I wish we got a rewrite of this whole book, but in Blue's perspective. Blue's definitely my favorite character in this book, even though he's barely in it, other than like his emails and his occasional appearances. It's good though, I'm really liking it. I didn't know how to feel about this book because the movie was kind of iffy for me. It like wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best. So like I really wasn't expecting much from this book, but pretty enjoyable so far. Okay, so I finished Simon versus the Homo Sapiens agenda, and I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really like this book. I love the couple in here. They were so cute. I also like the little hints we got towards the identity reveal. It made it so much more worth it in the end. There were also so many quotes in here that gave me like butterflies. Also, I like the fact that we got to see them as a couple. Normally, I don't really like reading about couples being together, but with this one, I feel like it was good because with other secret identity books, I feel like the identity normally just gets revealed and then the book ends there. But then with this one, the identity got revealed and we actually got to see them being a couple, being together, hanging out together, and like getting to know each other in person, which I feel like made it even better. Also, there's like this quote from the book I want to read to you guys. I don't know why I like it so much. There were so many quotes in here that I highlighted, but it's like specifically this one. He smiles a little bit and looks back down at his desk. You never really know what he's thinking, but I have this theory that Bram's probably really funny inside his own head. I don't even know why I think that, but seriously, whatever inside jokes he has with himself, I think I'd like to be in on them. It's so good. I don't know why I like that one so much, but it's just like Blue wanting it to be Simon, and then Simon also having a little crush on him before he even knew it. I think I also like that most of the problems came from around them rather than their relationship. But yeah, I thought it was really good. It was such a cute and like relaxing romance. So I started this new book called You Should Be So Lucky by Cat Sebastian. I'm on chapter 3, 12% in. It's pretty good so far. The last time I read a Cat Sebastian book, it was the first book in this series, and I found her writing to be really easy to read, which is why I wanted to read another one of her books. It's the same with this one, pretty easy to get into. So far, our two main characters are Eddie and Mark. Mark is the reporter who's interviewing Eddie, and Eddie is the baseball player who's had really terrible luck with reporters and press in the past. And so his like team managers or whatever they're called want to get good press out there for him, and so they're hoping these interviews will have a good impact on his reputation and everything. Oh right, this is a romance. I heard somewhere this is like slow burn grumpy sunshine, which is why I wanted to start it in the first place, because like I always love a good slow burn. I think there might be a slight hate to love relationship in the beginning of this, or like hate to friends, because they don't seem to like each other very much right now. Because Eddie thinks Mark is this really snobby reporter, and then Mark thinks Eddie's not the greatest person either because he's seen his interviews and stuff on television and everything, and they haven't gone that well. But yeah, I don't know, it's pretty good so far, and I feel like I'm reading through it pretty quickly. I'm like reading it without realizing how much I'm reading, which I feel like is a good thing. Okay, admittedly this video has been going on for I think 2 weeks probably. I don't know, I kind of just want to read the rest of this book before I end the video, but I'm 35% into You Should Be So Lucky by Cat Sebastian. It's so cute so far. I love their little friendship that's developing. Definitely an interesting dynamic because Mark is supposed to be the reporter that's ghostwriting for Eddie, and technically he's not supposed to be falling in love with his client or whatever you want to call it, but honestly whatever, it's so good so far. I don't know, there was something so relaxing about the last Cat Sebastian book I read, so it's like the same thing with this one. I love Eddie just calling Mark randomly in the middle of the night, like at 1 a.m. or something, just to complain about what he's written in the article. It's so cute. He's like very suppressed sunshine, and Mark's like the grumpy one who secretly has a soft spot for him, but he won't admit it to anyone. They're also just going to a bunch of places, restaurants, and eating food just to give Eddie a break from the whole baseball world because his team doesn't like him very much, and so he doesn't like hanging around them very much, obviously. I don't know, I think the pacing's good so far. They both have a thing for each other, but they won't admit it out loud. Sorry if this is a weird angle, but my phone's on the last legs of its life right now, and I need to charge it. I'm hoping to finish this book maybe tomorrow. Spring classes started today, so hoping I can finish this video before Wednesday at least. I'm now on 55% of You Should Be So Lucky. They should really start living together. Like, they're basically already a married couple. Like, Eddie's walking Mark's dog for him in the mornings. Like, he's literally going to his place around 7 a.m. in the morning just to walk his dog, and also so he can see Mark, obviously. Okay, I love the way that with other people, Eddie's like, okay, I need to stop talking, otherwise I'm gonna say something stupid. But then with Mark, he's like, okay, I need to start talking, otherwise I'm gonna do something stupid. Like, it's the complete opposite with Mark, and I love it. Also, he's finally getting along with his baseball team. The man's finally socializing. Also, we finally got our kiss around 50% of the book, which I wasn't expecting it to be so soon because the description of this book said it was a slow burn, but I'm still enjoying it. Maybe they're gonna be a couple by the end of the book, and that's what the description meant by slow burn. I don't know, it's cute. I'm enjoying it. I'm just hoping there's no third act breakup, otherwise I'm gonna riot. Okay, I'm gonna be so real with you guys. This video's been going on for 3 weeks, but I'm way too lazy to change the thumbnail, so it's still gonna be a week of mood reading. But I did finish You Should Be So Lucky by Cat Sebastian, and I rated it a 4 out of 5. I really want to read more of her backlist now because I always find her books so relaxing and I just enjoy them. I really like the ending though because it was basically just Mark being in denial and then Eddie waiting for Mark not to be in denial. I also really liked Eddie's teammates and how they helped him out of his slump, and also the way they kind of just dragged Mark around whenever they went to practice or dinner or something like that. Also, Mark and Eddie's entire relationship was so sweet because it was basically Eddie just slowly moving into Mark's life and then Mark just gradually accepting it. It was so cute. But anyways, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. This was the last book of the video, so I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!